Welcome, welcome. We'll be getting started very shortly. Please write your state where you're logging into. We'll be getting started in 30 seconds. Put your state down below. Thank you for joining in. We'll be getting started very shortly. All right, guys, welcome to Monday's night webinar. My name is Keontae Townsend. I'm here out of Charleston, South Carolina. I'm an executive director. Guys, I'm going to move out your way very quickly because I am not your presenter. I'm just your host. But the gentleman that I'm about to bring on, I have the pure honor to introduce not only my husband, he's a great father, a great coach, a great mentor. I remember when we were 16 years old, he looked me dead in my eye and he said, babe, I'm going to own a chain of hotels. Right then, I knew he was a different breed. From this fast forward, in 2016, we were introduced to this incredible company. And all I can tell you is that God took over and this man is on fire. Is all he wants to do is uplift, educate, and elevate. So tonight, I present to you my husband, Mr. Adrian Townsend. Mr. Townsend, take it over.
All right, all right. Awesome. What's going on, my beautiful people? Let's go ahead and readjust this here. How y'all doing? How are y'all doing? My name is Adrian Townsend. I'm gonna go ahead and put this music on mute for everyone. Awesome, awesome. All right, let's get back into it again. My name is Adrian Entrepreneurs Townsend. My beautiful wife just did such an eloquent job, really, by introducing me. Like she said, we've been together for cumulatively over 11 years. We've been married for six of those 11 years, and we're just super excited. She mentioned the fact that when we actually got, when we were younger, I remember taking her down here. We have something called the Battery down here in South Carolina. And I remember when my wife, when she was my girlfriend at the time, but when we was walking, I remember telling her that I want to own a chain of hotels. Now, family, I was at the age of 15. I didn't know what I was saying. My mother, of course, didn't own a business. All of her brothers, of course, were entrepreneurs, but they were never involved in my life. So it just was in my blood to go out there and make it happen, guys. So we're going to get right into this incredible information, guys. We're in the midst of a campaign called Season of Clarity, okay? We're in a season of clarity, and I can just really briefly tell you a little bit about my story. 26 years of age, I have two blessings, two boys, right, and another that's on the way. My wife is actually currently pregnant right now, and we're excited because, going into 2016, we had a certain mandate from God to really uplift, elevate, and educate individuals out there. Because I'm gonna tell you like this, family, back in 2009, I remember like it was yesterday. It was a Wednesday evening, and I remember going to an actual park. And I can just be frank with you, right? I can have a real conversation with my people out there. I was an ex-drug dealer, right? I was actually selling drugs to put myself through college. You know, I went to South Carolina State University. If you are a former Bulldog, definitely kudos to you. But I actually went down there for about 1.5 years, which equals about maybe 2 semesters, right? And I remember like it was yesterday, I was literally 3 days from actually going back off to college. And I remember my focus that very day that I got shot, all right, that focus was that, hey, listen, I'm gonna go ahead and put the drugs down, and I'm gonna just simply focus on school, because I did major in business, marketing, and management. So when I actually, got that phone call, say, hey, listen, this situation, we want you to, locate us and meet us at this particular location. We ended up actually going out there, and I actually got, confronted with a 357 and a 9mm. Now, most of us who know any type of calibers dealing with weapons, that's a high caliber weapon. And I remember when I was faced with that scenario. At the time, I weighed at around 150 pounds. I was real skinny. So I had one guy in front of me with a 357 and another guy behind me with a 9mm. Now, could you imagine in a life and death situation like that? Most people say, hey, life flashed before me, right? It could be, honestly, if I can explain it, it would be exactly that way. Because I literally saw my past. I saw my past, but I also saw my future. Every ambition, every decision, everything I wanted to change about my future, it went before me in a flash, right? So I ended up, on the ground, and I remember this gentleman actually, coming over me with this weapon and continuously firing this weapon, right? And I just remember it was almost like a tuggle with my life. I felt literally my spirit leave, my body. I won't get really into that, but I just felt a burst of energy, guys, and I was able to get, some help and some assistance. The first thing I did mention is that I wanted to go back off to school. Why? Because, guys, most of us, we have the vision to do more. We have within us to do more. And that was my situation, guys. So fast forward, ended up at MUSC down here in South Carolina. Because I didn't have health insurance, would you believe that they actually, kicked me out because I didn't have health insurance, right? So when I got kicked out, family, I remember coming out those sliding doors in the wheelchair. My right arm was paralyzed at that particular time. And I remember that door sliding out in front of me, right? Those proximity doors where you go in MUSC or any type of hospital, you get in that area and the door just slid open. That was my situation. God spoke to me, said, are you going to allow the doctors, because at that time they said, well, Adrian, I'm not sure if you're going to be, a viable citizen, right? So I actually, heard God. He said, listen, are you going to allow those words to dictate how you move? And at that particular time, I said no. So fast forward, family, God really healed me. I can say him because it was only him that brought my wife and I out that situation and that scenario. And it forced me, I tell you, circumstances, see, everything happens for you. See, that situation kind of allowed me and got me in a mindset that I needed to go out and do the things that I needed to do legally, family. So let's get right into it. Total life changes, family. My wife going into 2016, we just simply wanted to, have more energy. We wanted to just simply be in a better health standpoint, which means that, if you got kids, most of you guys are parents that's listening to this, you need a lot of energy. I have 2 boys, one that's 4, another that's 19 months, but I also have, of course, one that's on the way. And I weighed at around 225 pounds at that time, and I was just looking for products, and I actually found a business partner of mine by the name of Mr. Darryl Drake. And this gentleman actually was talking about this IASO tea, right? This IASO tea right here, right? This IASO tea. This tea right here, I've been seeing for the past 18 months before last year, right? I was seeing this IASO tea lose 5 pounds in 5 days. Honestly, I'm gonna be real with you. I was very skeptical. I didn't believe it, right? This magic tea, there's always these magic coffees, these magic product that has you, to have you losing 100 pounds, in about 2 days, right? So I ended up, I knew him, so I knew he was a man of integrity, right? So I reached out to him, and he ended up sending me 4 bags of this. And would you believe that I would say me drinking this by the 3rd day, family, I dropped 5 pounds. By the 3rd day, I dropped 5 pounds in 1 pant size. Cumulatively, guys, I lost 13 pounds my first month, guys, and I haven't been under the pounds of 200 since back in 2009. So I was super excited to go on that path. And I came to find out that once I lost that weight, okay, I see that this is working for me. Let me go ahead and see if this will work on someone else. So I ended up giving it to a homegirl of mine who weighed at 297 pounds. Yes, 297 pounds. This young lady tried everything: shakes, bakes, beans, all kind of different products, but nothing could work for her. She actually was very consistent in the gym, but she couldn't get the results that she wanted. This young lady ended up losing 23 pounds in the course of 4 weeks of using this ISOT, right? This ISOT, and also another product that I'm going to go more in depth with, which is called the ACG drops, right? But I'm gonna go more in depth with that in just a few moments. But I wanted to kind of share those stories with you because I did my due diligence to make sure that this company was a credible company. So after I lost the weight and my friend lost the 23 pounds, I said this will be an incredible business for me to share with the majority of my family. So this young lady actually asked me, Adrian, what is in this actual tea? Completely honest with you, family, I said, I don't know, but let me research, because I was like a week in. This young lady actually charged me to do research. So I ended up finding out that this was not a weight loss tea. This was actually a detox tea. This was a detox tea, family. I never actually did a detox before. And a friend of mine said, Adrian, do I have to stay home to do this detox? And I said, honestly, I was drinking it maybe an 8-ounce glass in the morning, 8-ounce glass in the afternoon. And would you believe that I didn't change my eating habits because it was detoxifying my body from a cellular level. So I found out this actually has 9 essential herbs. Most of us might be familiar with some of these ingredients like chamomile, myrrh, ginger, papaya. You know, a lot of these herbs that are all natural and all organic, most people are already familiar with. So it kind of just made sense to put it in a tea form for us to consume on a day-to-day basis, guys. So that's why we can lose the 5 pounds in 5 days, not because it's a weight loss tea, just simply because most of us have extra weight that we were not meant to actually carry. Okay, so that's the first flagship product that Total Life Changes actually has in store, guys. So once I actually lost that weight, 13 pounds, I noticed that my energy was high, but I needed to take some type of multivitamin. Now, most of us are familiar with these vitamins that we give to our kids, right? Those Flintstone vitamins, those gummies, right? You know, most of us are familiar with those types of vitamins, but come to find out that if we're consuming these tablets, right, that by the time it breaks down in our system, it's going to actually give you only 10 to 25% of the vitamins that's in that actual tablet. It just made sense. This made sense. Why? Because I used to take those B12 vitamins, right? Like most of us do, put it under the tongue, right? And after about maybe 2 to 3 hours, right, it would just, you know, I would say it wouldn't work for very long. So I ended up finding out that Total Life Changes has an alternative. Now, this is one of my favorite products because, again, I have kids. And once I drank the tea, lost the pounds, of course, it was detoxifying my body, but I needed to find some extra ingredients for me to put back into my body. So I found out that we have a product that has 72 minerals, 19 amino acids, 13 whole green foods, guys, which just simply plainly put, it's like drinking, or I should say eating 10 green salads in 1 tablespoon, guys. Imagine, you know, drinking a bottle of NutriBurst in 1 tablespoon. You've ate 10 green salads, guys. That's absolutely amazing. Just to tell you a quick story, you know, my son just the other week, you know, he was actually battling with some type of bug, right? He wakes up, and if you have young kids that's maybe 5 and under, you understand that when they wake up, they just want to play. So normally he goes into, you know, his mode of playing with the trucks and jumping on me and wanting to fight and wrestle and things like that. But this particular morning, family, this gentleman, this young man tells his daddy that I feel hot and he wants to lay back down. That's not normal. If you have kids, you understand that. So I ended up giving him a shot of this NutriBurst. And again, we don't claim or mitigate any type of diseases, but I'm just giving you a testimony of mine. Gave him a shot of this NutriBurst, right? I didn't have to go early that morning to the emergency room. Gave him a shot of this NutriBurst, family. Would you believe that in the course of 15 to 20 minutes, my son's fever actually broke, and he went back to the trucks and he went back to playing. Absolutely incredible, guys. I love this product, okay? All right, so the third product I actually encountered was as we close this this webinar up. The third product I'm actually going to really share with you guys is called the NRG. This is one of my favorite products simply because I reflect back to a couple weeks ago when my wife and I went to Atlanta, Georgia. Right before we went to Atlanta on a Saturday morning, we had a presentation in Columbia. Now that was that evening. That next morning, we ended up riding all the way 5 hours to Atlanta, Georgia, right? That Sunday morning, we ended up traveling from Atlanta, Georgia back to South Carolina, not to go home, but we ended up going directly into a presentation, which means that I did most of the driving, of course, right? I only slept about maybe 7 hours at that whole weekend. Would you believe because I took this NRG product, which is pretty much a natural raw source of energy, right? You take this tablet 1 to 2 times a day, and what it does, it increases your energy, but it actually suppresses your appetite, right? Naturally, right? So I was just popping these things, right? And would you believe that, man, I had so much mental clarity. My energy was up. I wasn't slothful. I had the burst that I needed to drive those long, gruesome hours. But when I went to the presentation that Sunday evening, I still was effective. I still was able to communicate and articulate the words that I needed to actually speak, right? Why? Because I had the NRG. Now, alternative that most of you guys may understand is Red Bull, Monster drinks, right? Kickstarters or fast starters, whatever you call them. But, you know, after a course of about 3 to 4 hours, you experience that crash, right? You get those headaches, you get those migraines, but with this, there's no crashes, right? This actually helps you burn the 300 to 600 calories every single day, guys. This is one of my favorite products, actually. Guys, we also tap into the weight loss industry, guys. I told you guys about my friend who actually lost 23 pounds in 1 month. I had another young lady that's actually the godmother of my kids, you know, LaTanya Hughes. Actually, I have a photo right here. This young lady right here, yes, that is her. She lost 40 pounds in a course of 2 months. Why? With the NutriBurst and this incredible product called ACG. This is our weight loss product, guys. And what this does, this is based upon a 500 calorie diet. Yes, I did say that 500 calorie diet, right? And most of you guys might have gotten scared by that, but I'm gonna tell you, it naturally, you know, takes away those warnings of the sugar and the carbs that causes us to gain the weight. But you know, honestly, you put 10 drops under your tongue, and over the course of about 26 days, guys, you know, you can lose anywhere from 1 to 3 pounds, guys. So we actually have that right there. Okay. Now, for those who are more active, we do have an alternative called the Resolution Drops. Now, I had a young lady lost 60 pounds in 2 months by using these drops, putting it under her tongue, right? She actually lost 60 pounds in 2 months by actually taking this product. This is based upon not a 500 calorie, but it's based upon a 1,200 calorie diet, right? Resolution Drops. We also have a product called Chaga, another product that we have called Gano. These are products that are dear to me because my mother is actually overcoming diabetes, right? And most of our family members who have either overcame cancer or had someone in their family that had cancer. And again, we don't claim to cure or mitigate any type of diseases, but I want to share a testimony. I had a young lady that I actually, you know, that our business partners with us, she actually was in Florida, and would you believe that taking this product called Chaga, right, which is a natural immune booster, right, and another product we have called Gano, you know, her tumor went down 98%, guys. This is great for those who are looking to increase their metabolism. This is also good for those who are looking to boost their immune system. This is also good for those who are battling with, like most of us have those allergies. This is great for that. This product called Chaga. Guys, we also have the sexiest coffee line in the industry. We have a product called Delgada. God, this is a slimming coffee that literally you can lose up to 1 to 3 pounds from. A young lady by the name of Fadia Thompson from Florida. She was able to lose 7 pounds in 1 week. Another business partner of mine was able to lose a cumulatively of 11 pounds in 2 weeks. You know, myself drinking this coffee for the course of about 4 days, I was able to lose 3 pounds from me just drinking this simple coffee, guys. The coffee is absolutely incredible, guys. We also have mocha cappuccino. We also have hot chocolate. So we have so many different types of coffee that has the extract of Ganoderma, guys. Ganoderma, that product that I just mentioned, Gano, That's basically Ganoderm. If you Google that, it's going to come up with dozens of different benefits that you can actually take, guys. I'm talking about a natural blood thinner. You know, I'm talking about it lowers levels of diabetes patients, guys. So not going to get too much into it, guys, but as you actually do your own due diligence by researching these products, you will find that these products actually work, guys. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to shift gears, guys. Most of you have heard about these incredible products. They work. If you Google it, it's all over Facebook, Instagram, you know, Twitter, you know, and you know about it. You heard about the 5 pounds in 5 days, but I'm gonna tell you like this. You know, most of you have just been introduced to this webinar for the products alone. That's great. But I'm gonna tell you, if you're like myself, along with my wife, if you're like, you know, a Candace Bird Davis, my mentor, this young lady, you know, was up for foreclosure, right? This young lady was 14 days from her home being taken from her, right? You know, 2 repossessions, right? Owned 2 insurance companies, right? Those companies actually owned her. Would you believe that this young lady, after 6 months of being in Total Life Changes, by just simply helping people and showing people how to live a healthier lifestyle, this young lady was actually able to retire her husband from a very dangerous job, right? Made a 6-figure income in 6 months. Cumulatively, over the course of 1 year, this young lady was able to earn multiple, yes, I did say multiple 6 figures. Multiple 6 figures in this industry, guys, with little background, right? Or you might be like a Daryl Drake, my personal mentor. This gentleman, 27 years of age. This gentleman was able to accumulate, you know, a 6 to now going on a 7-figure income in a course of 19 months, guys. I mean, I can tell you stories after stories after stories of people who have literally either supplemented their income, right? Or people who have replaced income, guys. So I'm gonna get into the different ways we actually get compensated for sharing this incredible product. I'm gonna go ahead and hope you guys can see this. All right, guys, we actually get compensated 5 different ways as we wrap this up. We get paid through retail sales. We get paid through fast start bonuses, binary commissions, check matches, and lifestyle. Let's get into the retail. Most of you who have been involved with retail, like myself, I've sold cars, I've sold suits. You know, most of the time they're only allowing you 5 to 10%, right? If you've been in car sales, you know, you're going to get up to 25 to 30% on the gross income, guys, or the gross profit of that situation. But Total Life Changes, Jack Fallon, our CEO, said, listen, we're in a partnership. You know, we're going to allow you 50% on the volume of this order. So let me give you an example. So if someone goes to your free e-commerce website, yes, I did say free. Someone goes and orders 4 packs of this, right? Which comes out to about maybe $44.95. The volume of that situation, guys, would be 40, right? It's going to be 40. You're going to get 50% of 40, which is 20, which is absolutely incredible, right? That's absolutely incredible, guys. So we get 50%. 50% on retail sales. That's not including you going out, having the product on hand and marketing these, guys. This is absolutely incredible. We have people alone that are just retailing product on hand and on their website and making and earning a 6-figure income. Absolutely incredible. We also have fast start. We call it like a finder's fee. I remember Navy Fed really spoke to my wife and I and said, listen, guys, we're going to give you $50 every time you actually have someone or refer somebody to bank with Navy Fed, right? Not only we're going to give you $50, but we're going to also give, you know, the person who decides to actually bank with us, we're going to give them $50. So that's the same scenario with Total Life Changes. As you go out and you find people to partner up with you in Total Life Changes, they're going to give you 50% of that investment packages, guys. So let me tell you like this. Investments of anywhere from 100 up to 1677, okay? 100 or the 1677. This is absolutely incredible. Because what that just simply means is that $50 to $750 every time someone decides to invest in Total Life Changes. So that's absolutely incredible. So just to give you an example, if someone actually goes and says, hey, Adrian, you know, I want to make sure that I'm doing this right, but if I only have $100, what can I get? I'm gonna tell them, like, you're gonna get 10 packs of tea, right? If you retail those packs of tea for $20, you know, what the market is saying right now, you're gonna actually get, you know, you're gonna get $20 per pack. So that's around $200 to $250 per 10 packs of tea, right? You're going to get $50, Adrian, right? Every time I enroll someone for a $100 package, right? Or if you might be a rock star and you say, well, listen, I want a baby store. I want 150 packs of tea. That's the 1677 pack, right? You know, when someone gets that, that gives them 150 packs of tea, guys. That return on that investment is around $3,000, $3,000. Yes, I did say that, right? All right. When someone decides to get that beast package, right, we call it, you know, you are going to get 1677 worth of product, right, which brings a return of $3,000. But because you found that entrepreneur, you're going to get $750. This is why just last month we were named the #1 compensation plan area, not in the States, not in one country, but in the whole entire world, guys. We have, just in short 24 months, we've been able to really help generate 5, 6, 7-figure earners, guys. This is why so many leaders are looking into Total Life Changes right now, because of the compensation plan. Guys, as we go into the third part, as we wrap up, guys, we got about 5 minutes. We're going to go ahead and talk about my favorite part, which is the binary commission, guys. So most of us are familiar with binary structures. This is just like building a sales organization or a team, right? If you are a real estate broker and you went out there and gathered, you know, agents, the agent would go out and sell a home. He would make a, you know, of course, a profit off that home, right? But because you brought that agent aboard as a broker, you're going to also receive a percentage out that situation as well. Same thing with Total Life Changes, guys. As you go out and you find other agents, each person is going to generate a volume point, right? So how this works, once you find a team member on your left and a team member on your right, they're going to consider you as being binary qualified, right? So let's just say over the course of maybe a month, Ron over here generates 5,000 volume, right? Please excuse my writing. 5,000 volume, right? And then that same week, Sally generates 10,000 volume. That's not $10,000. That's 10,000 volume, not from you, but from the team that you accumulate over the past couple of weeks. Total Life Change is going to take a snapshot of the volume that you generated in that 7-day period on a Thursday. They're going to take a snapshot of it, and whatever has the lesser volume of the two sides, you're going to get anywhere from 10 to 25%. So in this example, we see that we have 5,000 volume as the lower volume situation. So let's just say on the low end, guys, 10% of $5,000 of 5,000 volume is what? $100. Guys, imagine making $500 a week. You know, what would you do with an extra $2,000 a month, right? Could it change a zip code, right? Could it change the car keys, right? Could it change your situation? Could it bring more groceries in the house, right? Most people are familiar with what we call residual bills, but you have an opportunity with Total Life Changes to get residual income, guys. If you notice that most marketplaces, you know, just the rent, you know, is costing $1,000. You know, groceries for a family of 4 cost around $400. That's $1,400. Car notes are around $400. That's what? That's close to $2,000, and that's just on 3 bills, guys. So how can we expect to pay 10 different bills with one source of income? Absolutely insane. Guys, we're giving you 5 different ways that you can actually enable yourself not to quit your job, not to quit your career, but to actually supplement and diversify your income, guys. So let's go ahead and fast forward. All right, guys, as we wrap up, we also have check matches. Guys, imagine buying a McDonald's, right? Imagine buying a McDonald's, and when you buy that McDonald's, you know, you're going to pretty much pay what the corporation for buying that franchise, right? And it costs about $2 million, you know, but the corporation says that any profits that you make over the course of 12 months, they at least want 14% of it, right? But with Total Life Changes, every franchise that you build, right, every person that you bring aboard and you help them generate let's just say over the course of next week, you go ahead and help Sally make $1,000. Well, because you opened that franchise, Total Life Change is going to send Sally $1,000. She's excited. Thank you, Adrian, for introducing me. But because you introduced them, Total Life Change is going to also cut you a check for $500. That's a 50% check match. That's absolutely incredible. Not only from Sally. Sally goes out there and helps someone make $500, right? Because Sally brought that person aboard, Sally's going to get $250. But guess who also gets $250 at that situation, or up to $250? What? You, who sponsored Sally. So you not only get 50% check match on your first generation, but also 50% check, up to 50% check match on your second generation as well. That's absolutely incredible, guys. And the last way we actually get compensated, guys, is through a lifestyle bonus, guys. Once you hit the National Director organization, guys, you're going to actually be able to get up to $1,500 every single month for just a lifestyle bonus, guys. Most companies want you to buy a pink Cadillac. They want you to buy a silver Mercedes-Benz or a BMW. Total Life Changes, Jack Fallon said, listen, you worked hard to get to that position. Why don't you just go out there and spend it whatever you want to spend it on? Guys, if you want to spend it on your mortgage, go ahead and pay your mortgage. If you next month want to go on a vacation, go ahead and put it on your vacation. Guys, so those are the 5 ways we actually do get compensated. We're super excited as we wrap this conversation up, guys. But I want to tell you like this: all lights does not have to be green. I'm gonna tell you like this: if a kid from the hood who grew up in a 500 square foot bedroom, right, who's raised by a single mother, who got shot 6 times, who came directly from the streets, if I can recover from that and make a viable income for me and my family and build it for my last name, I promise you, you have no excuse, right? We're not asking you for a college degree. We're not asking you for any type of paperwork to qualify for something like this. Guys, you do not have to be great to start. You just got to start to become great. And this is why we're super excited for your destiny, guys. I'm going to tell you like this as we close. Never allow anybody's opinions to dictate your actions. I promise you, if you say yes to your destiny, this can possibly be this very situation that can change your life. Again, this is Mr. Adrian Entrepreneurs Townsend. Feel free to hit me on Facebook, Adrian Entrepreneurs Townsend. We do have a live campaign going on called the Season of Clarity. We're super excited, but I want you to get back with the person who may have invited you to this webinar. Make sure that you let them know that you're a 1, 2, or 3. What do I mean by that? The first person says, listen, Adrian, the business is not for me, but the products sound absolutely incredible. I wouldn't mind, getting my beach body for me. That's great. Let them know that you're a 1. The number 2 person says, well, listen, Adrian, the products is incredible. Order me some products. But of course, I have some questions about the business. If that's you, let them know that you're a 2. A number 3 person, guys, is a person that said, listen, I'm an entrepreneur. Let's go get it. Let's figure it out. I like all of it. Let them know that you're a 3, guys. So thank you for your time. We look forward to seeing you at the top and not from it.